Okay, so we are in lesson 5. We're looking at representing subtracting. Again, let's take a look at our learning target and success criteria. We'll learn how to simplify integer expressions and apply integer rules. And the success criteria states that I can add and subtract integers, I can identify and apply integer rules, I can evaluate integer operations using real world applications. The learning goal for this lesson says let's subtract signed numbers. And the learner target says I can explain the relationship between addition and subtraction of rational numbers. And I can use a number line to subtract positive and negative numbers. So here's the warm up for lesson 5. It says consider this equation. We have 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Here are some more equations using the same numbers that express the same relationship in a different way. So we have 3 plus 2 equal 5. We have 5 minus 2 equal 3. And then we have 5 minus 3 equal 2. For each equation, they're asking you to go ahead and write two other two more equations using the same numbers that express the same relationship. So in this case, we have 9 plus a negative 1 is equal to 8. So you're going to use 9, negative 1, and 8. And we're going to reorder these numbers to write at least two other equations like they did up here at the top, which they gave you three equations instead of two. And then question 2, they gave you negative 11 plus x is equal to 7. Again, you're going to take this equation, you're going to rewrite it in two different ways. And you use a negative 11, x, and 7. Okay, remember that our glossary, our word bank, deposit means that you're adding money, and withdrawal means that you're removing it or you're subtracting. All right, the next slide, it says here's an unfinished number line diagram that represents a sum of 8. Let's blow this up. So it says how long should the other arrow be? So again, I'm trying to get to 8. This very first arrow, we started at 0 and went up to 3. So they're asking from 3, how far or what's the distance from 3 to 8? Okay. Next one says one equation that goes with this diagram. Mia writes 3 plus a question mark is equal to 8. Tyler writes 8 minus 3 is equal to question mark. Do you agree with either? So the next one is asking you guys which one do you agree with, whether it's Mia or Tyler. Um, and so pick one and state why you agree with them. And then it's asking you what is the unknown number and how do you know? So go ahead and solve for those question marks for Mia as well as Tyler, and that's how you will complete this one. All right, I'm gonna blow this up. It says that here are two unfinished diagrams that represent the sum. So looking at the numbers, I started at 0, we went down to negative 3. Again, I'm still trying to get to 8. And then the other number line we started at 0, we went to positive 3, and I'm trying to get to negative 8. So the question says, what equation would Mia write if she used the same reasoning she used before? The next one asks you, what would Tyler write if he used the same reasoning that he used before? And how long should the other arrows be, which is, again, trying to figure out the distance. If I stopped at negative 3, I'm trying to get to 8. And this one I stopped at positive 3, I'm trying to get to negative 8. And then the final question says, what number would complete each equation? So first, write the equation like Mia. So go back, let's look at Mia. Mia used addition. Then write the equation like Tyler. Tyler used subtraction. And then, again, figure out the distance for each of these number lines, which is BC. And then D says what number would complete each equation. So then solve for each of the missing or the unknowns. Number 3, it just said draw a number line diagram. Again, you can go by ones. We're starting at negative 8. We're subtracting a negative 3. They're asking what is the unknown number and how do you know? And again, you can use it in context of the number line or use it in context of adding and subtracting values. How are these two equations related? So we got 5 minus 3 is equal to a question mark, and 3 plus a question is equal to 5. Again, they're asking the relationship between the two. And then it's asking you, can every subtraction equation be written as an addition equation? Why or why not? So that's something to ponder on. We have b minus a is equal to a question mark, and a plus question is equal to b. Question is, can every subtraction equation be written as an addition equation? If you say yes, you have to state why, and if you say no, you have to state why. Okay, they gave us a bunch of sets of number lines here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and blow this up just in case the packet is hard to see. So on this one, um, they're asking you guys to go ahead and match up the values, the expressions with each number line. And it should be D here, but it's missing. Okay. So we got 3 plus 7, 3 minus a negative 7, 3 minus 7, and then 3 plus a negative 7. They want you to match each of the expressions with each number line, which is pretty straightforward here. Question 2, it says, which expression in the first question has the same value, and what do you notice? So again, looking at these, which ones have the same value? And then it's asking you to complete the chart. So you literally just simplify each of these expressions and give them the value. Okay. Once you complete the chart, you're going to look at both charts and answer the question of what is it that you notice. Okay. So then it asks us, how can you write 3 minus 7 as the sum of signed numbers? Are they both are both evaluations the same? And remember that sum means addition. And then it says, think about x is equal to negative 5 minus 2. Is that the same as x plus 2 is equal to negative 5? And again, this one is asking you to compare these two and figure out whether they're the same and then explain. Finally, the lesson synthesis. Again, you only have to do this as if you're completing a PowerPoint. They're still asking you to look at addition and subtraction. And then the cool down, you just, it said, write which other expression at the same value as negative 14 minus 8. Honestly, my answer would be simplify each of these and figure it out from there. Or if you can look at it and figure it out, but you would just select the ones that have the same value. And it's excellent the same thing here. Only difference is we have negative 14 and negative 8. The asynchronous work is pretty straight. Okay, so the asynchronous work is the cumulative practice problem. So if you guys are completing the packet, I already did a video on these. And if you're doing a PowerPoint, it's just going to ask you to rewrite these as addition equations. All of these are subtraction. So then you'll do that here. This one says find each difference. So you're going to simplify each of these, put the answer here if you're doing a PowerPoint, and then create a number line to represent each expression. Okay. And then you'll do the same thing for 5 through 8. Simplify, put the answers here if you're doing a PowerPoint, and then finish the number lines that I put on here for 5 through 8. Again, if you have any additional questions, you can ask me during class time.